Hello everyone, I'm Tabitha with Moonlight Custom Creations, and today we are making a wood grain tumbler, and it's going to be a peekaboo. So it's going to be wood grain underneath and then the camo on top. So let's get started. All right, so I've already prepped and painted a 20 ounce from Maker Flow Craft. And I painted it with Rust-Oleum 2 times flat white. We are going to use brown alcohol ink and coffee for the wood grain. Now this alcohol ink is by Let's Resin. And then I have my little sponge here to do my alcohol inks with. And then a glove. This is actually what I use to spray paint with. So we're just going to use that instead of wasting another glove. So what you want to do is I always go with my lighter color first, and then I will put it down on the base. So you want to make sure that your alcohol inks are shaken up very good. So you just want to go ahead and shake both of them up. And then you can apply the alcohol ink directly onto the tumbler. Just go down. And then you want to start doing long strokes. And then with the sponge, you'll start getting that wood grain effect. And you want to just go all over the tumbler. That is what it should start looking like right in through here. Now you don't want to forget the bottom, so you want to go ahead, put some alcohol ink on the bottom, and then brush just like you was doing the sides. Try to keep that in frame here. We have a little bit on the side, so I'll go to a cleaner side and then just stroke that down. And that right in through there is probably going to be covered up with a camo anyway. Okay. I'm actually liking the way this looks with just the one color. So I think I'm going to leave it like this. I'm not going to add the darker color because I feel like I have a good contrast of light and dark in here already. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to leave this as is. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to put a coat of epoxy on this. That way I can I'm going to put deer antlers on here. And then I'm going to spray paint it all white and then do the camo on top. And then I will be back to show you that step after I get a coat of epoxy on here. All right, guys, we are back with our wood grain tumbler, and I'm going to show you a little mistake that I made. So you see this all the way in through here. Don't get too close when you spray your sealant because this will happen. Yeah, I wasn't too pressed about it because it is peekaboo. So I'm like, all this and this up here, that's messed up. It's going to be covered up anyway. So just keep that in mind. So we're gonna take the best spot, which I think it's like right here, for our peekaboo. And what I did was I took some removable vinyl and cut out these deer antlers right here. And that's what's going to show through as the wood grain. And then we are going to do the camo over top. So we're just going to take our transfer paper and our decals, and we're just going to put our decals on here. This does have one coat of epoxy on it, so it's not going to mess up the wood grain whenever you take off the transfer paper. So we're going to kind of line it up because I want it right there. And then you just want to wrap that around and smooth it out. Make sure there's no bubbles or anything. Press that down, and then you can take the transfer tape off. There. So that is one. Keep that for another project. And then we're going to put our second one on here. That is what we have here. If I can get it all in frame. Now, what we're going to do is we're going to take this out. We're going to spray paint it all white. All right. And that is going to be our base for our camo. Okay. Now you can use any vinyl for this. You can use removable vinyl, or you can use permanent vinyl. Removable vinyl is better in my opinion, because then you won't have a lot of sticky residue left on the tumbler whenever you go to peel these things off. And also use a vinyl that you really don't use a lot. All I had left of removable vinyl was white, so that's what I used. I really don't use removable vinyl a lot, so just use whatever you have. That's fine. So I'm going to go and I'm going to spray paint this, and I will be back to show you the next step. All right, now that our tumbler is dry, we can start with our camo. And I'm going to do the saran wrap method. So you're going to need some alcohol inks. You're going to need brown, green. Oh, I'm sorry, this is brown. This is black, green, and orange for this. You want to make sure that you're wearing gloves because the alcohol inks, they will stain. And then you will need I have about 4 pieces of saran wrap out here. So hopefully that will be enough for this tumbler. And to also get the look that we want to achieve. So you're going to take a piece of saran wrap. I've already cut these out because I struggle with saran wrap. So you want to place it down and spread it out. You want to make sure that you mix up your alcohol inks pretty good. So we'll do that, and then I go ahead and I take the lids off of everything. Okay, see, I already got alcohol ink on me. All right, now what you want to do is just start with a color. I'm going to start with green here. And you just go all over the paper. No rhyme, no reason. And then we'll do orange. Put in a little bit of brown. Oops. Need more green. A bit more orange. And then I'm just gonna do a little bit of black here. Okay, then you're gonna take your saran wrap, you're gonna fold it in half. And you just want to pat it. You can kind of crinkle it up if you want to. Give it a little bit of texture. And then carefully, so we don't make a mess, we're going to open this back up. Ooh. Okay, once we got it open, we will take our tumbler and we are going to place it down here. And then just roll it up here. Wherever the saran wrap lands is where it's gonna go. And then you just wanna go through and you just wanna pat it. You don't want to rub because that will just smear everything. You want the kind of the textured lines in there, so you just want to go around and you just want to pat it. All right. Now we can open this up. Here. And you just want to take it, because you can use this, and pat the excess alcohol inks on here. And you can pat all the way around the tumbler if you want to give it that added texture. Just don't rub. Put some on the bottom here. And then that is what we have so far. Looking pretty good. And then we're just going to repeat this same process again. That is what we have right now. And then I'm going to wait for this to dry, and then I am going to seal it as well. So I will be back to show you what's next. All right, y'all, we're back with our camo and wood grain tumbler. I did do a light seal on it with Rust-Oleum 2x clear. And I did let the alcohol ink dry for 24 hours before I sealed it. So now we're just going to remove the decal here to expose our wood grain. So I have this little Cricut tool here. I don't even remember what these things are called. A little picker or whatever. So what we're going to do is we're just going to gently start peeling up our decal. And you want to be careful with this because you don't want to damage the epoxy underneath. You don't want to scratch it. So we're just going to lightly just start pulling up our decal here. Ugh. And this is the finished, well, it's not finished, but that's what it looks like after you remove the decal. This is gorgeous. Absolutely gorgeous. I'm so in love with this right here. So in love with it. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to seal this probably like 2 more times with my Rust-Oleum 2 times clear. And then I'm going to put a coat of epoxy on it. And when I come back, I will show you the final result. All right, everyone. Our Camo wood grain tumbler is finally done. I am absolutely in love with this tumbler right here. It is absolutely gorgeous. The wood grain up against the camo just looks, oh my God, it just looks gorgeous. Such a good contrast. I absolutely love it. All right, and if you enjoyed this tutorial, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe, and I will see you guys next time. Thanks, bye.